Hello, today's video is about another in a series of article-based videos that I've been doing. Today's video is about a Texas school using microchips to track their students. Now, obviously, this type of tracking has been around for a while, or different versions of it, because I know that you can actually put a microchip in a dog or an animal and track it outside of the house, and to where if it's lost, you can track it down and find it, and so to speak. And that this is specifically a chip that's that is not inserted into the into the students, but I believe it's on a ID card that they're required to carry while they're in school, and it keeps track of where they are at in the school at any time. Now, from reading the article, the initial purpose of it was to track students where they are at the time the bell rings, and to see how many students are not in class. And they're saying that they were losing money on funding because they get state aid from the state for Texas for the number of students that are in the classroom at the time class starts. And based upon that number is what they base their payout. The state will pay out so much for so many students in class at that time, and when the number goes down, they reduce their amount of their state aid. So they came up with this idea to track and keep a record of how many students are actually in class at the time they're supposed to be, And other, civil liberties unions are saying that it's tantamount to a big brother and so on and that. And of course, there's both sides to the story. One side is yes, there's nothing wrong with keeping track with people that are on school property and knowing where they are at times. That can be a benefit. Because you're on school property, so there is no real expectation of privacy in the sense of not letting people know where you are in the building, because you're on school property, and if you're not where you're supposed to be at the times that you're supposed to be, then you're doing something wrong. In other words, if you're in the halls talking, or if you're in the bathroom smoking or whatnot, or if you're behind the building, so to speak, during school hours or during classroom time, then that's a problem. Of course, the other side is that if the tracking is as limited as they say it is, they say that tracking is only limited to the school property and the surrounding area, the school property and say the parking lot or whatever. Of course, there's also talk about, hey, maybe it is more in depth than that. In other words, they're able to track them wherever they go, with their student ID, even including off the school grounds. So, and there's also always, when there's this type of technology or technology in general, there's always the possibility of abuse. Someone's always able to find a way to abuse a technological breakthrough. So it is kind of both sides of the story is whether it can be good or it can be used for sinister aspects. As before, I've linked the story down below, and you can read for yourself, and hopefully you'll come back and make a comment on this video and share your thoughts and ideas about whether you agree with this idea, and it'll be good. I would think, I mean, when looking at it, I just, before I made this video, I was thinking, well, what if there was an incident, in the school, or at the school, and you needed to find out, where all the kids are at the time of the incident, and if you also have a head count of where everybody's at, as opposed to, even if you're, let's say, a shooting and you're injured, you would want somebody to be able to locate you, fairly quickly. But then the other side of the story is, like I said, maybe the tracking capabilities go beyond the school, and then that's an invasion of privacy. Then, so let me know what you guys think, and leave your comments down below.